Hi, so you got a KTM 1290 Super Adventure or any KTM or any bike, and you're a wee bit unsure if your battery's right or not, you know, or whether you're getting codes coming up all the time. On a KTM you'll get codes thrown up if your battery's on its way out or it's performing less than what it should. It's when you crank it over, the voltage for cranking it drops so low that it triggers the C bus and it'll throw up a code, and it's a nightmare, it really is. And the only way to solve that is by keeping your battery in tip-top condition. Now I'll show you something with mine. I'll just hang my keys up here. And I put mine on, I'll bring you in closer. So, here's mine. I'll just put the ignition on, start it up, or put the ignition on anyway. So there we go, ready to race, side stand, and it comes up SCU failure. Now the bike was working perfectly, and then it started showing up this code. Now I'll just clear that out of the way. And what happens is when you try to adjust your dampening, or ride or anything like that to do with suspension, this just flashes and it doesn't change, and it'll flash all day. So it's telling me there's something wrong with the settings for the suspension, although I don't know why. There shouldn't be. So anyway, let's have a look at this. Will it be the battery at fault? So let's just have a look at this just to see exactly what it does. So if I put the ignition on again, and it'll come up with the side stand and SCU failure. We'll clear that now. Will it start? Switch off. And so, not a problem. But even although a bike starts and it runs fine like this one does, you can still have a problem with your battery, which can still throw up codes, and I'll show you exactly with this one. Now I've got this, it's an Ansel, it's an AD410 Pro, and it also works as a battery tester. So you take the end of the OB2 reader and you plug in this. And then you connect this to your battery. So you want a good connection, no just a, you know, sitting on the head of the bolt. You want it actually in the terminal. And crank it. And we'll start the engine. So there we go, cranking low, 8.2 volts, which ain't so good. There, so I can't put air conditioning on, but I'll put my heated grips on, that's same on at full. So 14.3, 14.24, 31 millivolt. So voltage is normal. Now we can review data. So I'm just going to review data. So battery test report, which is quite healthy, good battery. Then we've got cranking test report, down to 8.2 volts. See, normally anything below 9, and that's just went below 8.2, so it shows it's got a problem cranking. There's not enough volts in it. Enter, exit, and then charging test report. Unloaded 14.37, loaded 14.24, 31 millivolt ripple, which is fine. So the bike's charging the battery okay, but it's just that cranking volt, and that's supposed to be 300 cranking amps on that battery. So we'll exit out of there. And I'm still getting my warning light coming up, so let's see what happens if we put another battery in. So I'll just whip the battery out. Jesus. So now as a wee test, quick flick, getting the red light in the battery, maybe it's needing charged, I don't know. Anyway, I'll get the other battery. So this is another lithium ion battery, full bat, 300 cranking amps, 64 watt, 12.8 volt, 5 amps. And it has this test facility on it. You can test it, 13.2 volts, 100%. And on the bottom, because these gel batteries, let's take that out of the way, just because these gel batteries are so much smaller, you actually get a piece of foam. That's a big one. The smaller one. Just sort of measure it. Yeah. So you get a piece of foam for the bottom of your battery. Stick that on. Stops the battery from flapping about in there, and we'll see if we can stick this in. There, that's more like her. She's tight in there, she won't move. So we've got earth, earth, earth and earth, and we've got live, live, live. So I've got this live here's for my battery charger, which dangles out the side of the bike down here. So plug my charger in, it charges it. This one's for my spotlights, which are off just now. So, just try and open this packet. I've got a dodgy thumb, which stops me getting into my oh, now that's much better, because this one you can this one you can screw into the terminal itself, which makes it easier. Yeah, nice and tight in, and that'll close down, and that comes through here, like that. That'll close over that. Yeah. So we'll put the ignition on. What's it going to come up with? Side stand and no warning light. Let's start her. Well, there you go. No warning light. So to me that's kind of proof that your battery, if you, especially with the KTM, if you start to get warning lights coming up for no apparent reason and nothing seems to be working, then it's probably your battery, and that's just proved it is. I've took the old battery out, which according to the voltmeter, the tester said the battery was fine, but it did say the cranking amps were low. And when I went to crank it over, yeah, it wasn't getting the voltage. Now it seems to be doing all that, and no warning lights. So I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope I explained it okay. But yeah, if you get problems in that, and somebody says it's your battery and you think, nah, it can't be the battery, I've tested it with my voltmeter, use a normal voltmeter on it, put the voltmeter on it, and when you're getting 12, 13 volts, that's fine. Crank it over while the voltmeter's on it, and that way it'll show you what voltage it's dropping down to. If it's dropping down below 9, change your battery, and that'll resolve all your problems. So there you go, and we'll see you later.